Hey, as you might know, we are in the midst of a climate crisis. We have to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. Currently, we're heading towards around 3 degrees of warming, and the worst impacts of the climate crisis are yet to come. But wasn't there a plan? A plan that virtually all countries on planet Earth have signed and that was praised to be the ultimate solution to climate change? Of course, the Paris Agreement. In it, countries agreed that global warming should be limited to well below 2 degrees and pursuing efforts to limit the temperature increase to 1.5 degrees. And that countries have to adapt their climate targets to reflect this. Countries inform the United Nations of their updated and stronger climate targets at least every 5 years in so-called NDCs. NDCs. That's short for Nationally Determined Contributions. They give account on climate finance, adaptation to climate change, national climate targets, and more. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Well, the problem, not all NDCs have been submitted yet, even though the deadline was 2020. Furthermore, the ones that were submitted are far from ambitious enough to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. With current policies, we're heading towards 3 degrees of warming. That's not acceptable. But as it is so often the case in international politics, the NDCs are agreed upon in the Paris Agreement, but there are no sanctions if this agreement is not adhered to. This means that there are no consequences either for non-submission or for under-ambitious NDCs. What remains is the fact that the current NDCs are not compatible with the goals of the Paris Agreement, and we do not want to accept that. We? Yes, we, because that's where we come in. YUP4NDCs, a youth initiative whose goal is to bring attention to the NDCs of the 17th biggest emitter. These include countries that have not yet submitted NDCs, as well as countries whose NDCs are not ambitious enough to reach 1.5 degrees. Why are we doing this now? At COP26, the next big climate conference, there will be a focus on countries' NDCs, because it is the first conference where countries have to submit their updated NDCs. That's why now is exactly the time to get loud for fair and ambitious NDCs. To do so, we bring together youth from big emitter countries with youth from non-big emitter countries to find out what a fair and ambitious NDC must include from a youth perspective. After a comprehensive capacity building, we will analyze the NDCs of big emitter countries together, taking in unique perspectives from all parts of the world. For this, the initiative's members will work together in country groups. The country groups each focus on one big emitter country's NDC. Youth from the respective big emitter country will be working together with youth from the most vulnerable regions of the world who add their perspectives to the analysis. The results of our analysis will be the basis for outreach to stakeholders in our call to action. We want to create momentum and media attention on NDCs. To do that, we need you. The project is organized by young climate justice volunteers from different countries and organizations, and it's not supported by an external partner. However, there are still costs we need to cover. Most notably, simultaneous translation to make our initiative as inclusive as possible. Help us make our initiative have the impact it needs by donating at our GoFundMe campaign. To learn more about the initiative and how to join it, visit YUP4NDCs.org. You're also welcome to follow us on social media. And of course, we would be thankful if you share our initiative and fundraising campaign with the world. Thank you. And now, let's raise up for fair and ambitious NDCs.